So, for the first time after them trying to get me to go for 5 years, 6 years, something like that, I actually went to Game On Expo in Phoenix, Arizona this past weekend. There's my VIP pass. Yeah, I was a VIP. Anyway, a lot of things happened. My mom passed. There's just a bunch of stuff happened. I figured it would be good for me to get away for a weekend and all that kind of stuff. So I decided, what the hell, I want to go. So Friday, March the 13th. So how does it going to break down? Is that I'm basically just going to talk about my experience and show off some of the autographs and stuff like that, and then show off the NES games I got because I can add 11 new games to my NES collection, stuff like that, and show off some of the stuff I got, autographs and stuff like that, and then at the end I'll add some pictures of of the people I met and all that kind of stuff, and make a little picture montage of some of the people I met, and then. So this is basically kind of just like a live bleh, real quick. And so for more of the actual like footage and everything like that, I will direct you to our group collab channel, the Earthbound Crew, which I'll leave a link in the description. And it's going to be like 10 days, 10 videos covering everything from Game On Expo. I'm not going to appear in the first one because I missed the first day because I was flying. But I'll appear in the second part and all that kind of stuff. So it'll be more comprehensive vlog style, more professional vlog style kind of stuff on the other channel. This is just gonna be like just my thoughts, showing off some of the stuff showing off the stuff I got, talk about my experience with my first game on, and exactly what happened and everything like that. So, and then like I said, at the end, I'll post some pictures, including one of my favorite pictures at the expo, and perhaps one of my favorite pictures I've ever taken. And I might show that one in the actual video because it's I don't know yet. I'll figure that out when the time comes. Because I'm just kind of playing this kind of like guerrilla style right now. So anyway, so Friday the 13th, I get off of work. I drive to Mobile, Alabama, which is probably half an hour drive from my work, 25-30 minutes from my house. And all that kind of stuff. I go in, I get through TSA quickly, and I just chill until I want to say it was like 6:30, and I get on my first flight to no, it was about 7 o'clock, something like that. Yeah, it was 7:22. I left about 7:22. I get on my first flight. And I documented this already in like 3 little shorts and parts and all kind of stuff. And I fly to Dallas. I have a layover in Dallas. I arrive in Dallas about 9:20, and then I'm there for about an hour and 20 minutes, and about 10:30ish, give or take. My times are not fresh, and all that kind of stuff. I get on the flight and I make it to Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona, about 11:15 that evening. The Ultimate Gamer, T, and Hunter are there to pick me up. I get to the airport. We get to P's car, and we take the Challenger over to the house where we're all tired because like I said, it's about 11:30 p.m. Arizona time, which is about 1:30 in the morning where I live. So anyway. We get there, we have a dinner, we still welcome, everybody's happy I finally made it after all these years trying to get me to go. We go to sleep. Next morning, we wake up. 8 o'clock, we eat a breakfast, and then by 9 o'clock, all 4 or 5 of us, because we added a 5th member of the Earthbound Crew, hello, Retro Overdose, Bobby, we go to the Phoenix Convention Center. They all kind of stuff. I check in because that was my second day. I get my VIP pass, and we go line up at 10 o'clock. They let all the VIPs come in. They got the VIPs going early to the main floor for all the vendors and the video game tournaments and the autograph signings, all that kind of stuff. And then the general admission comes in an hour later at 11. So anyway, 10 o'clock. Hunter does this big thing, welcome into everybody's a Game On Expo. We're in at 10 o'clock. So we're walking around a little bit, and the first thing we do, not even a few minutes later, right there in the corner, there's a guy named Tim Kitzrow. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Tim Kitzrow. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Anyway, Hunter been really wanting to meet him, and I didn't get an autograph or anything like that. That was more a Hunter's thing. We did get a photo with them, and he did an automated video for mainly Hunter. But he is the voice of. He's known as Mr. Boom Shakalaka. He was one that did the Boom Shakalaka in the NBA Jam games back in the day, and he's also the voice of Mutant Football League. So Hunter got to talk to him, and Hunter's a huge fan of Mutant Football League. He's got like 65,000 kills. Anyway, like that. Anyway, so we got to talk to him. Hunter got his autograph. We took a picture, which I'll put the picture, like I said, in the end of the video, and so with that, and did his little video, and we hung out with him for maybe about 10-15 minutes. Hunter did a lot of Mutant Football League impressions with them, and he did his video, and we were on our way. Then we head off to where all the voice actors and signers, all kind of stuff, and he really wanted to meet John Bentley, the voice of Barrett from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Remake, and also like he was also Leonardo one point. No, not Leonardo. That was another person, but he was also Nick Fury, and he's been a pretty prolific voice actor. And we waited there probably about 20 minutes. Got in, he came in. I got my first autograph from him, which is right there, John Bentley Barrett. Then we took a picture with him, and also he did another little customizable. So yeah, there's my first autograph. It's the only one I was able to get from the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, because all of them were pricey and the lines were long and all kind of stuff. But we'll get to that later. Anyway, we got a picture with him. And he was really out down earth guy. Seemed very interested in our job, like what I was doing for a living. Got a good picture with him. Then we took another, like a little video thing where we all just yell, "Avalanche!" Well, and he did it in his Barrett voice and everything like that. Then after we did that, we had about 2 or 3 hours. I think it was about 2.5 hours to go do what we want. Some of them went to go to the tournaments place to start trying to place for the tournaments. Some of them went all kind of stuff. I decided I was going to go, just walk around at some of the vendors and stuff like that. And as I was walking around, I noticed one person basically set up, ready to go. Line was getting there. But it was Doug Walker, the nostalgia critic, and Brad Jones, the cinema snob. So I went and got Hunter and got my copy of the first, not my first review I've done for the nostalgia critic, but one of my favorite reviews, Hook. I bought my Hook DVD for Doug Walker to sign, the nostalgia critic. Anyway, we got up there. I talked to them for a second. He signed my Hook DVD. As you can see, took a picture with him and Brad Jones, and we were on our way. And after that, we had about an hour or so like that. So I went to the tournament things, watched them play a little bit, and there was a tournament for Marble Madness. Highest scores win. And I knew I wasn't going to do the Star Fox, because I'm terrible at Star Fox for the Super Nintendo. I wasn't going to play, so I wasn't even going to try. But Marble Madness, I'm pretty decent at the game. So I played it a few times. You can play it, all kind of stuff, as many times as you want. Submit your score, and be on your way. So I submitted my first score, and at that time I was like 7th in Marble Madness, and T was like 2nd. Anyway. And then I decided I want to go and start looking for some retro games. So T grabbed his camera. He recorded me. We went through some of the booths and everything like that. Some of the vendors and booths, and we just recorded some NES games and different stuff like that. And I eventually found one that had like a bin at the bottom that had NES games, and anything that bin was $5. So I found some NES games in there. I scrummaged through them. And I found 7 of them I didn't have. So that was 7 for $5 each. That was $35 for 7 NES games I didn't have. And then we were looking at the same vendor. There was some in the glass, and there was a couple of them that were relatively cheap that I didn't have. So I picked up 2 more. So I picked up a total of 9 from them. And by that time, it was time for us to go to the other side of the thing for a photo op. So we went to the photo op, and there was different photo ops, and it was basically all like different photo ops with the Final Fantasy VII Remake, Rebirth cast members. There was one that was just like a duo with just pictures of Cloud and Sephiroth, which surprisingly everybody was surprised that Tyler Hoechlin, the voice of Sephiroth, came, because he's not normally known to come to like gaming conventions, even though he's voice of Sephiroth. He's more known to go to like Comic Cons, all kind of stuff, because it was also Superman from the show Superman and Lois, and it was also in Teen Wolf, so he's more to Comic Con, but he did show up for one day. He showed up Saturday for that and the photo ops and stuff like that. But they had like photo ops for just Cloud and Barrett, and they had one for Cloud, Barrett, Tifa, and then with Cloud, Barrett, and Aerith, and then they had one for like the 6 voice cast members that were originally announced for the convention, which is what we did. And we got a special photo with that, and I'll go ahead and show that to you. And it was the voice of Cloud, Tifa, Barrett, Aerith, Yuffie, and Sephiroth. And then at the very last minute, they actually had a 7th member come in. We could have upgraded the package, but we were just kind of watching our fun for a little bit. But also, J. Michael Tatum came at the last minute to voice of Sid, but we didn't get a picture with him. But anyway, we got the ones with 6, and we came with actually take the pictures. Professionally done too. It was professional pictures, like very professional pictures, and a little set and everything like that. And at the very end, you get a copy of the picture, and you can put it in a frame, which we got frames. And this is the picture with the Earthbound crew, which is Hunter. Well, it was going to be all 5 of us, but allowing us only 4 to let us in, which kind of disappointed us. But Lisa kind of sat out on it. So it was me, Retro Overdose, T, and Hunter, with the 6 cast members of Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth. And there's the picture. And I'll definitely do a better picture at the end. I'll do a better picture at the end because the light's kind of glaring on it, but there's the picture. But I'll definitely do a better picture when I do the picture roll at the end. I'll take a better picture of it, and I'll post it at the end so you can get a better look at it. Anyway, after the photo op, we had another 3 hours to do whatever we wanted. So a couple went back to the tournaments to try to place, and some of them went back, that kind of stuff. I decided I was just going to go walk around a little bit more, and as I was there, James Rolfe, the Angry Video Gamer, was setting up, and there was already a line there. So I went and got what I wanted to get James Rolfe signed from Hunter, and eventually got up to him. I got my picture, and I brought my NES game with the very first review I've ever watched of him, which was Fester's Quest, which you can see he signed. So I got James Rolfe's autograph, and he did that. We talked for a second and all kind of stuff. Got a picture with him, and it was me, T. No, it was probably it was me, Hunter, and somebody else. It was either T or Bobby. I can't remember who it was. So I got that, and then after that, I went back to the Marble Madness, played some Power Pass 94, all kind of stuff, just trying to get myself better. Got a better score in Marble Madness, and submitted that one, which proved me up to 5th. So anyway, then we decided to go to somebody else, but we walked over there and he wasn't there. Come to find out, he was on a panel for Star Wars Clone Wars. So they went and got that, and so we went back and we did our thing. He continued. Hunter tried to do that some more, and I decided to walk around a little bit more. And I met Pat the NES Punk. And I went to his booth. We talked for a minute, and I grabbed 2 games from him because he had so much of an influx of NES games. I bought 2 games from him, and I'll show those off in a little while. I'll show off. I'm going to do a little section where I show off the 11 NES games, and I got a PS4 game too, and a couple of things for my daughter. So I'll show off all of that in a little while. So anyway, after I talked to him, he really didn't get any pictures or autographs or anything. We just chatted, bought a couple of games from him, and I was on my way. Went back, went to the Marble Madness, tried a couple more times, but I couldn't even get a higher score or anything like that. And then by that time, it was about time to head outside because they had live bands performing outside, video game bands, metal, all that kind of stuff. And we went to go watch this band called the Mini Bosses, who was like one of the OGs of video game music. And they were really cool. It's like video game metal. Them and Power Glove were like the OGs of like video game music and stuff like that. And they were really good. And then after that was Grammy-nominated artist Megaran. One of his CDs apparently was Grammy nominated, and he's like a nerd culture video game slightly obsessed with Mega Man rapper. Which I'm not a huge fan of rap, but he was actually really cool, and I dug what he did and all kind of stuff. And then after that was a band called Bit Brigade, which is probably one of the most unique bands I've ever seen. What they do is that they got the band. And then in the front, they got a guy sitting behind a computer with an actual console. And he's sitting there playing a video game, like legit playing a video game live. They got the game on the screen. And the band plays the soundtrack. They make it all metal and like play the soundtrack, which was really cool. And they did Mega Man X, which is what basically where I'm LPing right now. And I actually found a couple of really cool secrets with Mega Man X. And so I can implement that into my LP. And so they played. You went through Mega Man X from beginning to end, kind of sped run the game, didn't get 100%. So there's still a few secrets I don't know about. And then we went to, after that, it was basically closing up. So we wrapped up after Bit Brigade, and we went back to the Airbnb. We had some chicken wings. And then we decided we were going to try to finish up Dragon Quest III, which we've been working on the Earthbound channel forever. And I wound up being way more tired than I thought, and I fell asleep during the recording. But I don't think they finished it anyway. They said they got destroyed by a boss. So anyway, next morning we wake up. It's Sunday. I got to go back home that day. I got to go back home. This was yesterday. I got to go back home. But we go back to the convention for a couple of hours. We look around at a couple of things. We just play a little bit more stuff, and everybody's getting ready for the big tournament, which out of all the Earthbound crew members, Hunter's the one that qualified, so he made the top 8. And after that, we said our goodbyes. I got an Uber, went back to the airport, drove back to Phoenix to Atlanta. And then Atlanta, I almost didn't think I was going to make it because my flight got delayed 4 times because of weather. And then finally at 1 o'clock, like 1:08 in the morning, my flight finally went out and got home. I got home about 2:30 this morning and went and got to work, and here I am now. So anyway, that's most of the autographs and stuff I got and everything. So that was really cool. But now I'm going to show off the NES games and stuff I got. And I got I'll show off some of the T-shirts and stuff I got too. Because with the VIP pass, you get some VIP swag, which you got a T-shirt, couple on and things like that, and Hunter also got me a few T-shirts too, so I'll show some of those off. So I'm going to show it off by showing off the T-shirts. Let me find them real quick. Got that one. Got that one. Got that one. And where's the 4th one? Where's the 4th one? Oh, here it is. All right. Yeah, I got 4 T-shirts. The first T-shirt was with the VIP swag, which is his Game On Expo shirt. So that was kind of cool. And then Hunter got me a Sailor Moon shirt, which is what I wore Saturday. So, yeah. And then we also got this another one that says Game On Expo Retro Championships Star Fox Weekend shirt. And then They custom made an Earthbound shirt for Earthbound crew. All five of them. Well, it was four, but they actually added a fifth member to the Earthbound crew. But we wanted to make it as metal as possible, so it's got like the Iron Maiden stuff on there, and there's all the members. So, like I said, I'm Pooh, Hunter's Nest, T's Jeff, Ariabella is Paula, and then Bobby, our newest member, is Mr. Saturn. So there's our custom-made Earthbound shirts for the Earthbound crew. All right, so here's my little swagger bag. First things first, I got these for Eliza, my daughter, and she's starting to get quite a bit of a collection for Pokemon plushies. I mean, we got our Bulbasaur, we got our Snorlax, we got our bunches of Pikachus. She's got a Sprigatito, all kinds of stuff. But this time we're going to get her a Sylveon and a Salamence. So, yeah, she's really starting to deck out on Pokemon plushies. Alright, before I show off the games, there was this place in there called Wild Bill's, something like that, for sodas, all kind of stuff. You go in there, you buy yourself a cup, and they have different flavors of soda, which are really, really good, by the way. They made it with, like, real cane sugar, and they're just, like, really good. They have, like, black cherry, orange cream, root beer, all kind of stuff. But you buy a cup, you can go back as many times as you want free refills, and this is the cup I got. As long as you have this little tag on it, you can go up there and get the free refills. So that's my cup from Wild Bill's, and I've used it pretty good. I tried many of the flavors. The only one I couldn't try was the strawberry cream because, I'm highly allergic to strawberries. Anyway, we got the 11 games now we're going to show. And the first one we're going to show was the two I got from Pat the NES Punk. So I got that one from him. And what was the other one I got from him? Oh, these two. First one I got, I'll take the price tag off, was Baseball Stars. I keep hearing this is a really, really good baseball game, and I'm surprised I didn't have it yet, but now I do. So definitely added that. I keep hearing how good of a baseball game this is. And surprisingly, he said this was a really good game too. It's called Magic Darts. It's a dart game, but I'm pretty sure there's something more to it. All kinds of stuff. Hold on. I'll be right back in 1 second. I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm back. I had a knock on the door. It was next door neighbor asking if I've seen something, but I haven't. Anyway, the next 7 games I'm going to show you is the 7 games I got from the $5 bin and all kind of stuff. So we'll start off with those. And the first one is Total Recall. I've seen the Nerds review of it, and yeah, but I didn't have it in my collection, so I got that. And I got Gauntlet. Played the hell out of this game growing up. Gauntlet's such a good game. I got the Tengen one too, so yeah, Gauntlet. Dash Galaxy and the Alien Asylum. I don't know anything about this game. But again, it was just $5. I didn't have it in my collection, so I'm picking it up. So. Then we got the game that's based on an MTV show. MTV Remote Control. I vaguely remember the TV show. Well, I remember some kind of game show, but I didn't have it in my collection, so there we go. We got MTV Remote Control. WWF WrestleMania, which is surprisingly my first NES wrestling game. It was how big of a wrestling fan I am, but hey, I have it now. It's made by Acclaim, but it's published by LJN, I think. Then we got Deadly Towers. I've seen the nerd review of that too, and yeah, it's a terrible game. But again, I didn't have it in my collection, so got it now. And the last one was Arch Rivals, which is a basketball game. I vaguely kind of remember renting this one a couple of times. I remember it being okay, but I didn't have it in my collection, so there we go. And then, like I said, we went back and we were looking. I got 2 more from the same vendor, which was in the case. Taking the price tag off. And one of them, I finally complete my first, like, trilogy of the NES. Because, like I said, Castlevania, I got 2 and 3, but I'm missing 1. Ninja Turtles, I got 1 and 2, but missing 3. Ninja Gaiden, I got 1 and 2, but missing 3, you know, that kind of stuff. But I got Bartman meets Radioactive Man. So now I have all 3 Simpsons games. And yeah, this game is pretty mediocre. It's just like the other 2. It's just like the other 2. But yeah, it is. But now I have a complete all 3 Simpsons games. And the last game I got is definitely a childhood game of mine. I played the heck out of this game a lot growing up. In fact, I have it on my channel. I really like this game. It's old school and stuff like that. And I'm surprised I haven't had it in my collection yet. And I found it for a relatively good price, so I went ahead and picked it up. It's Kid Icarus. Y'all know I love me some Kid Icarus. So, yeah. That's me 11 games. I had it in my collection. I'll get this all sorted out and everything like that. Anyway, I'm so glad I went. I needed the break. And I'm glad I went. I got to meet Arabella, Retro, and T. I've met P several times before. Coming through, like, truck driving and stuff like that. But it was definitely one of my best days I've had in a long, long, long time, which I really needed after everything that's happened in the past couple months. And, but yeah, I'm glad I went. And they already announced that next year's is going to be in January. And we're going to make every attempt to go again. And I'm going to make sure I have some PTO so I can go. I'm making all the effort to try to go again next year. So, and who they have for guests, all kinds of stuff. I don't know yet. They don't even know the dates, but just know it's going to be in January. So, anyway, I loved it. I'm glad I had a good time. I missed you guys already. I met some really good people. Oh, there is one more person I forgot to mention. Gah! The NES game, all kinds of stuff. After, they said come back about 3:30 or 4 o'clock on Saturday, after he did his Star Wars Clone Wars panel. When we get there, he was there, and I got his autograph. He custom signed it for me, took some selfies, took some pictures, all kind of stuff. And that is James Arnold Taylor, one of my heroes of voice acting, the voice of Tidus, Ratchet from Ratchet and Clank, Barry Allen, Flash from DC Lego DC, Donatello, Leonardo. He's been one of very, very prolific. I don't know, he's just one of my heroes in voice acting. But it says, to Daniel. And we took some custom pictures with him. He took some selfies with us, and we catch him mid going, ha, 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 and all kind of stuff. So, yeah, he leans into the meme a bit. I forgot about that one. Sorry. Anyway. But yeah, I'm definitely going to try to go next year. Oh, and I did get one PS4 game from James, Angry Video Gamer. I did pick up the Angry Video Gamer Adventures 1 and 2 Deluxe. So, I got that. Alright, now I got everything. Anyway, I'm definitely going to go back next year. I hope the panels and the guests are really good. I'm pretty sure I can come back, get some more games, be good to go, be happy, and everything like that. So anyway, at this point in time, I'm going to end it here with myself, and then I'm going to have like a roll of pictures that were taken throughout the con with some of the people I took pictures with, including that picture with the Cast Final Fantasy VII to get a better picture of it and all kind of stuff. So I'm going to definitely do all that. So, and then after that, go to the Earthbound Crew channel. You'll see more of a vlog style. It'll be 10 episodes over the next 10 days. And you can see more of the stuff in action and like what everything looks like and everything like that, and our reactions and stuff like that. You might be able to actually see a little bit of the mini bosses and Mega Ran too, but we weren't able to do Bit Brigade because they didn't want us to record us. So anyway, so y'all go to the channel over there and check out their vlogs. The first episode should be out in the next 2 hours, less than 2 hours, and stuff like that. But I'm gonna go for this part. I'm gonna go ahead and start the picture roll, showing the pictures of some of the pictures, and I'm going to end it with that picture in the frame, which is one of my favorite pictures. I'm just going to but I'll show you all the pictures that we took with with the people and James and Doug and all that kind of stuff, and just overall show the pictures of the experiences I had. I love it. I'll be back next year. I'll make every attempt to go back next year, and I'm going to try to save me some PTO, so I'll be able to actually try to go all 3 days, so and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, y'all have a good day and enjoy the pictures.